Alright guys, so some of you may or may not have heard of the Saddleridge fire, and some of you may know that I live here in the San Fernando Valley in Los Angeles, California, and last Thursday night a fire started very close to where I live, and that fire was called the Saddleridge fire. So this happened Thursday night around 9 p.m. The fire started up. That's when I noticed I could see the fire from here, my house where I live. I could see the fire out in the distance, and it spread very quickly. So here where I live, fires aren't something that's new to us. Like, we've had fires here, we've had many fires here, and it's one of those things that we've just kind of learned to live with. But there is that one time every so often where the fire comes dangerously close to the actual houses, like in the community where I live. So the fire was mainly in the area of Sylmar, Granada Hills, and Porter Ranch. I live in Granada Hills. Let me show you guys really quick. So we've actually had a fire that pretty much burnt the same area about 10 years ago. So pretty much 10 years ago we had this fire, and over the past 10 years, brush and plants and everything have had a chance to regrow, just creating like new fuel for another fire. And we have what's called here, they're called the Santa Ana winds. So like every year we get these really strong winds where I live. Some of you who might follow my videos might be familiar with these winds, like sometimes I show them in my videos, but these winds are so strong and they create very dangerous conditions which are perfect for wildfires. Just from our backyard you can see a lot of the area that actually got burned, and I'll try to show you that right now, and I'll show you some of the footage that I actually took when the actual fire was blazing. So you guys can see those hills are all black back there, as well as these ones over here. Just behind these houses, these hills. So I'm gonna go ahead right now and show you some of the footage that I took from that night. That was last Thursday night. I know that you guys are seeing this on Wednesday. That's when I'm uploading this video. But yeah, last Thursday is when this all started. I'm gonna show you guys that right now. Hey, what's up guys? Just wanted to make this quick video really quick because every once in a while, like kind of near where I live, like there are like wildfires every once in a while. Oh wow, it just got a lot. Check this out guys, I'll show you guys. I could see it from where I live. Pretty strong orange glow all over there. Let me go outside for a minute. Whoa, there's from like fires in the hills right there. You actually see some flames right over there. It's really smoky, really ashy outside. You see some flames over there. And yeah, it's just, oh, I'm gonna go inside. It's one of those things I wish that like just never happened. It's like so it's really stressful when there's like fires around here. So anyways, I'm just gonna pack up some stuff real quick just in case we have to leave. We might, like, fingers crossed we won't, but I don't know, just better to be ready than not ready. Alright guys, it's getting kind of like uncomfortably close right now. That helicopter just did a water drop right there. That's awesome that they're doing water drops, but the wind is so strong. This is crazy guys, the sky is orange. There's a clear sky over there. All over here, red and orange. It looks like behind here there's something. Back down here on the deck, yeah, this looks like, wow, there's flames right there. I'm gonna get out of here. Flames up there. Hopefully. So after that last clip that you saw of the fire, I kind of made the decision, all right guys, we should get our things together, pack up some stuff, and we should get ready to evacuate. By the way guys, the only ones here were me, my sister's boyfriend was here, and then we have an international student staying with us, and she was here. So I grabbed whatever I thought I had that was valuable. I brought my computer, I brought all my external hard drives, I brought 2 guitars, I brought this camera, I brought some clothes, and I started just packing random things. I brought like my condenser microphone up here, which I'll show you guys in a second. I brought like a huge thing of toilet paper. I don't know why I brought that. I don't know what in my mind said to me, you know, pack up this toilet paper. I packed a case of water bottles. I packed a box of like chips. I just was packing the like some stuff that was good to bring, and then like the thing like with the toilet paper was like, why did I bring that? Why did I think that we would need like a huge thing of toilet paper? I don't know, I just brought it anyway. I went into the front yard of our house and I talked to a couple of our neighbors who were in the front yard. They were also loading up their cars. They're getting ready to leave. So pretty much, guys, let me show you this really quick. At this point, what I'm telling you guys about when I was packing up, our area, like where my house actually is, was not yet under, I actually am not sure if it was ever under mandatory evacuation, but I'll show you where the line of the mandatory evacuation was and the get ready, they call it the prepare to evacuate or something like that. So let me show you guys real quick. So pretty much, guys, oh yeah, of course, and we brought the dogs, of course, guys, I forgot to mention that. But of course, guys, this is our backyard right here. Then there's this street right here behind our house, and on that side of the street, everything on that side of the street was mandatory evacuation. So all those people had to evacuate. So at this point, there was already a lot of traffic from the houses on that side of the street that were all leaving the neighborhood. So there was kind of a lot of traffic in the neighborhood. A lot of the power was out in the neighborhood, not where I was, but I want to say a block. So a block and a half, like pretty much diagonally from where my block is, 1 block that way, the power was out on like that entire side of the neighborhood. So after we loaded up the cars, we were pretty much ready to go. I had my dash cam in the car, but it looks like from what the footage that I was looking at, it looks like I didn't actually turn on the dash cam until I was already out of the neighborhood. And there was like people in the streets. Like I live in like a pretty like residential area, and so there's never traffic in like, not really any traffic in the neighborhood, but there was a bunch of cars all trying to leave the neighborhood at the same time. It was pretty crazy. Once we got out onto the main street, there was a bunch of fire trucks driving up, like emergency vehicles like everywhere. It got pretty crazy. There was traffic lights that were completely out. Like, it was pretty chaotic. My condenser microphone over here, when I was getting stuff ready to put in my car, I set this on a counter in the garage. It rolled off and fell on the floor. I really hope there's no damage to it. You can see where it like hit the floor. It's kind of like where that silver mark is. That's where it hit the floor right there. Hopefully it's okay, because this was like a $300 microphone and it's no longer under warranty. Check out the microphone on top of my camera. I set a guitar case on it. I think that snapped the microphone, so now I have it attached with zip ties. So my sister and I, we were keeping in contact with our parents. We decided to just go down into one of the parking lots of like the shopping centers down a little further. I guess that would be further south, where it was like safe. And a lot of people from the neighborhoods were doing the same thing. The parking lot right over here was completely full of cars. Like we ended up waiting at another parking lot until we could like figure out what to do. My parents were calling around hotels, trying to find us hotels that accepted dogs. I was also trying to call a hotel. I never actually was able to get through to this hotel on the phone, so we ended up just driving to this hotel over here in Van Nuys. It's called the Airtel Plaza Hotel. It's in Van Nuys. This is what it looks like. It was actually like a really nice hotel, and by the time we got there, I want to say it was probably around so I want to say when we left our house, it was probably around 12:30, 12:40ish at night. So by the time we figured out what we were gonna do, got to the hotel, I mean, it had to have been like close to 2 in the morning, I would say. We got to the hotel. Luckily they had rooms available. They also accepted dogs, so that was awesome. That hotel is right next to the Van Nuys airport, and you could even see like the runway. It's actually a pretty cool hotel, but it was still extremely stressful. Like, I don't think I actually went to sleep that night. So that was Thursday night. I don't think I actually went to sleep that night until probably about 4 in the morning. We got up in the morning, we packed up our stuff again, and we got a late checkout, so we were able to check out of the hotel at 12 instead of 11 a.m. So we were able to check out of the hotel at 12 p.m., which is pretty cool. And just came back to the house. By that point, the fire had, for the most part, actually entirely, I want to say, moved from being right in back of the house to moving a little more west towards Porter Ranch, and then that's when Porter Ranch was in like a lot of, they were in real trouble. Over here by my house, unfortunately, some people up on this street right here, from what I've heard, 2 houses actually got burned down. I think another house over in Porter Ranch got completely burned down. There was actually 1 death. I think a guy was trying to like fight the fire in his backyard or something, and that guy died of a heart attack. So I kind of want to give you guys an idea as to where everything was happening in relation to like where my house is. So let me show you guys right now. By the way, guys, I think the fire is actually still, oh look, there's a fire truck driving by right now. But I think right now what they're doing is they're watching out for like flare-ups and stuff, because that could still happen. The fire, I think, has moved much further west and maybe a little bit north, and that's why you'll still see like there's still like fire helicopters flying over and stuff, because there's a reservoir over here where they're taking water from and flying that direction, which is west. The clip where I showed you guys where the helicopter was flying like over my house, the area where I was standing was right over there. That's where I was standing, and the helicopter flew like right over here, and the flames that I was showing you guys were right over here. Let me show you where I was standing. I was filming the fire over there in the hills, and then that's when I turned around. The helicopter was right there and flew over and dropped water over there. As you can see, there's a bunch of like black ash at the bottom of the pool. There's a bunch of ash everywhere. The whole area like still smelled like smoke after the fire. Luckily the pond was perfectly fine. I am gonna clean out the filter, and I'm pretty sure when I clean out the filter, a bunch of ash is gonna come out the filter. But check this out. I was actually really worried about the pond, but as you guys can see, it's completely fine. All the fish are fine, which is great. And actually the part of the fire that was actually closest to my house was actually back here. These hills are actually very close. Like, I was actually just walking up there like the weekend before, and you know, it's just so close. If you guys can see that house right there, that's kind of like under construction. On that same street right behind that house, that's where 2 houses like burned down. So as you can see, guys, the fire was like really close. Like, I think that's the first time we've actually lost any houses to a fire in my neighborhood. I really think that the scariest part of it all is that when you do evacuate from your house, like, you don't know if when you come back, if you're gonna have a house to come back to, or when you're leaving, you're knowing in the back of your mind, like, this might be the last time that I'm ever gonna see my house. And for a few people, unfortunately, that was the case. When they left their house, that was the last time they were going to see their house intact. So we were very lucky. But anyways, guys, that is my story of the Saddleridge fire. It was super scary, it was super stressful. Luckily the house was okay, luckily we're all okay, which is like the most important thing. So anyways, guys, that's gonna be just about it for this video. If you guys are not familiar with my channel, my name's Tobias. I do a bunch of different kinds of videos. I do fish videos, I do music videos, I do vlogs, reviews, cover songs, pond videos, a bunch of different stuff. So like, if you want to keep up with my videos, make sure you subscribe to my channel, hit that bell notifications button, and if you could also give my video a like, that would help me out a lot. And I'll talk to you guys next time. Peace.